Hey everybody, pretty excited about today. We've got the ETON running. Seems to be doing really good. Pretty simple fix. In the end, spent a couple hours on Sunday off camera messing with the carburetor, jets, making sure they were clean, checking spark plugs, going back through the electrical system. Just doing all kinds of stuff, just making sure I didn't miss anything else. And then I started doing some more reading on the internet to find out what was going on with the carburetor. And basically, well, let me step back. So in that process on Sunday, it came to light when we covered our hand over the air intake. The bike became more responsive, throttle became more responsive. We had it sitting up on jack stands to where we could have it in drive and see what the tires were doing with a little bit of a load on it with the transmission. And because in neutral and idle, it was running great, and you could sit there and rev it and it sounded fine and it wouldn't die as long as I had gas, and everything was doing really good. So we were thinking that it was a main jet issue because I had adjusted the needle clip as we saw in the other video, and my mid-range throttle response was really good now. It was dying when you gave it full throttle. So we started putting our hand over it, trying to ride it around in the yard and do some stuff like that with up on the jack stands, and it seemed like it ran way better when we restricted the airflow. So as you saw, we had that pod filter on there, that uni pod filter that I put on there is temporary because the little cone filter that I had bought for it, it fell apart. And so we were using that uni until I bought another cone because I thought, you know, like most of the carburetors that come on the China bikes, you know, it probably was not that great and should discard it and replace it with a uni or something like that. Well, turns out the bike was just running way too lean, and so I then knew that I had to either enlarge the main jet or I had to restrict the airflow. So came to that conclusion at the end of Sunday. So Sunday night, reading some articles online, found something really cool on one of the ATV forums talking about the ETONs, and basically broke it down that I would need to run like a 120 size jet and drill out the bowl and do a bunch of other stuff in order to keep enough fuel in the bowl to run the 120 jet, because basically if I put a 120 jet and didn't modify the bowl, didn't modify the fuel delivery, the bike would run out of gas every 30 feet or so, because it was sucking so much gas with that 120 main jet. So rather than do that, I was like, all right, instead of adding so much more fuel, that'll reduce your amount of trail riding because you're going to burn so much more fuel all the time. This is for my daughter. I don't need it to be super high performance. I was like, let's look at the other side, go back to restricting the airflow. So I took the stock air filter box, put it in a big tub of degreaser, clean that snot out of it, use some Uni, or actually K&N air filter cleaner, clean the old filter really good, re-oiled the filter, put everything back together. In doing so, I found this was cracked and this was missing, so I had to improvise with this for now, and I put this zip tie around to keep it nice and tight up here. I've got to find the screw that holds it in right there and there, so for right now we're not using it, we're just riding around a little bit, but as soon as I find the two screws that go in here, we should be good to go. But I just took it on a little bit of a test drive down the driveway and out to the stop sign, and everything was running perfect. So let's give it a ride on the trail. Give you a little bit of a first run with this guy back in running condition. So I just put some gas in it. I did find that the gas tank is cracked, so I'm either going to have to seal the gas tank or replace it. A new one is about $90, so not really wanting to drop that on a new gas tank. So I might end up sealing it, but so I can only put a little bit of gas in it. I can't run it for a long time. But let's put you on the helmet and give you a ride around and show you what it's doing now, because I am pretty excited and I want to see what it'll do on the trail too. So let's give it a shot. Well, it's just starting to rain. But man, that was fun. That thing rides amazing. Handles really well. Very responsive. Went right up the big hill. No problem. Soared up that thing. Yeah, that is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. My daughter's going to have to fight me for it. Nah, just kidding. But I will enjoy riding it whenever she's not riding it. But that is a lot of fun. Time to finish her up. Get that gas tank fixed or replace it. As good as it rides, man, I might just go with a new gas tank. Because I think that's going to be a keeper. I really like that. That's a lot of fun. And it says it's good to 16-year-olds, but man, I'm way older than 16 by more than double. And it's a lot of fun for me. I'm about 190 pounds. It says it'll do up to about 225, 250, something like that. So I don't plan on growing anymore, but it's definitely got the suspension and the ride and the put a light bar and some stuff on it. That's a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be doing some more updates on this as I get it all finished up, but I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I do. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. We'll have more of this stuff, especially if you guys like and subscribe and comment. Give me any questions. It's been a fun learning process. This was my first two-stroke ATV. I had two-stroke dirt bikes when I was a kid, but man, the power this thing has is crazy how much fun it is. So check it out, guys. Enjoy it. Thanks.